Breaking news, DJ Young Slade, the son of Lil Jon, has died at 27 years old. Lil Jon confirmed the news in a statement telling us he is extremely heartbroken over the tragic loss of his son. Smith was last seen leaving his home in Milton on Feb 3 under unusual circumstances, according to the Milton Police Department, which issued a missing person alert after he left on foot without a phone. On Friday, Feb 6, divers from the Cherokee County Fire Department recovered a body from a pond near Smith's residence in Mayfield Park. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office is expected to officially confirm the identity and determine the cause of death.
Lil Jon's son vanished into thin air. No phone, no shoes, no trace. What's really freaking people out right now is a viral video that just exploded online. The clip, posted by Lil Jon's rivals, might be more than just a jab. It could be a twisted warning aimed straight at his father, a nightmare no parent ever wants to face. On the morning of February 3rd, 2026, around 6 a.m., a 27-year-old man walked out of his house in Milton, Georgia, a quiet, upscale suburb about 30 miles north of Atlanta, and simply vanished. No cell phone, no wallet, no bag, nothing. Authorities say he seemed disoriented, like something was seriously off. He didn't take his car, didn't leave a note. He just opened the door, turned toward Baldwin Drive and Mayfield Road, and disappeared into the cold, dark morning. That man is Nathan Murray Smith, better known in the music world as DJ Young Slade. And yes, he's the son of none other than Jonathan Smith, the Grammy-winning hitmaker and global icon we all know as Lil Jon.
Yes, heartbreaking development here in the city of Milton. We are at Mayfield Park. This is the spot where Milton police had been looking for about 3.5 days. They do confirm for us that they did pull a body from this pond that you see here this afternoon. This is where they had been searching for 27-year-old Nathan Smith, who is well known in Atlanta circles as DJ Young Slade and is, as you said, the son of rapper Lil Jon.
Just hours after he went missing, the Milton Police Department sounded the alarm, blasting out Nathan's photo and details across every social platform and law enforcement channel in the area. The search kicked off fast, but what's surfacing online now has everyone wondering if this disappearance was random, or a message meant to shake one of hip-hop's biggest names. The official alert dropped one chilling detail that made this case stand out from any normal missing person report. Nathan might be disoriented and in serious need of help. No phone, no wallet, no ID, nothing. He couldn't call for help and no one could reach him. It's like he walked straight off the grid. Police made it clear there's no threat to the public, but anyone who sees him should call authorities immediately for a welfare check. They warned, don't try to approach him, just get help fast. The situation was already tense, and that warning only made things feel even more urgent. Fox 5 Atlanta was one of the first outlets to break the story, reporting that Nathan was last spotted near Baldwin Drive in Milton. Soon after, WSB-TV aired footage with his missing person details and spoke on the growing concern for his safety. The media storm started building quick. Within just 24 hours, the story exploded. It wasn't just Georgia news anymore. It was national. NBC News dropped a report breaking down the strange circumstances surrounding his disappearance. People magazine posted the family's emotional plea for privacy and prayers, sharing a 2016 photo of Lil Jon and his son that showed how close they once were. Then USA Today released a statement from the family's reps, describing this as an unimaginably difficult time, and again asking for prayers.
Authorities say there are currently no signs of foul play, though the investigation remains active. In a statement, Lil Jon-born Jonathan Smith and Smith's mother, Nicole Smith, described their son as kind, thoughtful, warm-hearted, and amazingly talented, noting his work as a music producer, DJ, artist, and NYU graduate. The family has requested privacy as they mourn. Smith had been building his own career in music, releasing work and performing under his stage name in recent years. Fans and fellow artists have expressed condolences across social media following the news.
BT focused on the family's pain and the police's growing concern over Nathan's disoriented state. And finally, The Hollywood Reporter added another layer, noting that Lil Jon and Nathan's mother, Nicole Smith, had been estranged, a detail that's only adding to the heartbreak and mystery surrounding this case. Things took an even darker turn when the story hit social media. The reaction was instant and intense. YouTube lit up, and on Boss Talk TV, the host could barely keep it together while breaking the news. You could feel the emotion through the screen. Right there on air, the Boss Talk TV crew begged viewers to share the story everywhere, to get eyes and ears across the country looking for Nathan. They read straight from the official police reports, confirming every fact they could before diving into what TMZ had just published, which had already blown the story up nationwide. It was spreading fast and getting scarier by the minute. Then came a shocking update that stopped viewers in their tracks.
I think that's just a scary situation when you sitting there trying to figure, you don't know. He didn't take his phone. He might have had on shoes, might have didn't have on shoes. He don't have no personal items. That's the weirdest thing right there, because now you got me worried. Now I'm worried about you because I don't know what the hell going on.
During that same Boss Talk TV broadcast, local outlet Rough Draft Atlanta dropped breaking news. Police activity was unfolding in Mayfield Park, just steps away from where Nathan was last seen. The tension was through the roof, and people were glued to their screens waiting for answers. But to truly grasp how heavy this all is, you've got to understand who Nathan Murray Smith really is. Not just Lil Jon's son, but a man with his own story. Born in 1998, Nathan was surrounded by music from day one. Lil Jon has even said that Nathan would kick while he was producing in the studio, and his mom was still pregnant. His mother, a dancer, and his father, a rising music mogul, were building what would soon become the crunk empire, the sound that shaped Southern hip-hop forever. It's almost unreal to think about. Nathan first lent his voice to Lil Jon and the East Side Boys' 2001 hit Bia Bia when he was just a toddler. Hearing that now feels eerie, knowing where life has taken him since. From that early start, he carved out his own path, making beats in high school, mastering his craft at Scratch DJ Academy, and later studying music production at New York University. He wasn't just chasing his father's legacy. He was building his own from the ground up. Over the years, he wore every hat: DJ, producer, engineer, and recording artist, all under his stage name, DJ Young Slade. And the grind was starting to pay off big time. His career had been gaining real traction. He teamed up with his dad on Lil Jon's 2024 Total Meditation project, that wild blend of hip-hop and guided meditation that shocked the industry. Then, the two worked together again on Too Short's upcoming Farewell album, co-producing some of its most anticipated tracks. Nathan dropped his own single, Feels, in March 2025, hyping it up across his socials, especially Instagram, where fans could feel his excitement. He even made a powerful appearance on MTV's Family Legacy, opening up about the exact moment he watched his dad DJ and knew music was his destiny. By 2025, DJ Young Slade was performing at major events like One Music Fest in Atlanta and collaborating with heavy hitters like Jim Jones. He had deep roots in the city's music scene and often popped up beside his father, even appearing together on Celebrity Family Feud. As of February 5th, 2026, there's still no sign of Nathan Murray Smith.
27-year-old Nathan Smith. He is the son of Atlanta-based rapper Lil Jon. According to reports around noon today, his body was pulled from a pond in Mayfield Park in Milton, Georgia. He was reported missing earlier this week, and he was last seen about 100 yards away from this pond. Authorities say that right now they do not suspect foul play is involved in his death, but the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office is going to be performing an autopsy in order to determine cause and manner of death.
Police and volunteers continue searching nearby areas, including Mayfield Lake, but nothing solid has surfaced yet. Lil Jon has stayed silent publicly, sticking to the family's official request for privacy and prayers. That silence alone speaks volumes, and Boss Talk TV captured it perfectly. the host broke down the raw pain every parent fears, that gut-wrenching terror of knowing your child is out there somewhere, unreachable, and you can't do a thing about it. The host's voice cracked, describing the helplessness, the endless questions, the public pressure to have answers when there simply aren't any. It was heartbreak in real time. After digging deep through news outlets, social media, and hip-hop blogs, one thing's clear. There's no sign of beefs or rivalries connected to DJ Young Slade himself. Nothing at all. Authorities are treating his disappearance mainly as a welfare and mental health matter, not a criminal case. Still, the situation feels chilling, especially now that the old interview clip of Nathan talking lovingly about his dad is being shared side by side with missing person alerts. It hits completely different when you realize how personal and peaceful he sounded just days before vanishing. But here's where things get layered, because Lil Jon's world hasn't always been quiet. He's spent decades in an industry where grudges can outlive careers, and rivalries sometimes stretch across families. To understand why people are even whispering about ops, you've got to look at where Jonathan Smith, also known as Lil Jon, came from. He exploded out of Atlanta's crunk scene in the late 90s and early 2000s, shaking hip-hop to its core.
Well, Smith was last seen leaving his home around 6 a.m. on Tuesday. He was described as being disoriented and possibly being in need of assistance. And so for 3.5 days, police, canine, divers, and even a bloodhound had been searching for Smith. We do have some new images from Skyfox 5. It was about 11:53 this morning that officials found what they believe is the body of Nathan Smith.
As the leader of Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, he dropped anthem after anthem. Get low, bia, and throw it up. His wild energy, signature yeah and okay ad-libs became global catchphrases, even parodied by Dave Chappelle, turning him into a full-blown cultural icon. From there, he just kept evolving, producing the global smash Turn Down for What, with DJ Snake winning a Grammy and jumping across genres from EDM to country without ever losing his edge. 2 decades later, Lil Jon is still one of the most recognizable voices in music, but staying on top in Atlanta's hyper-competitive southern rap scene came with plenty of tension. One of the biggest documented beefs in his career was with Pastor Troy, real name Micah LeVar Troy, a fierce, independent rapper who had Atlanta's underground on lock. Ironically, the two even worked together on the 2002 crunk classic Throw It Up from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys album Kings of Crunk. What started as collaboration soon became one of the most talked about rivalries in Southern rap history, the kind of conflict that defined an era and, for some fans, still echoes today. Throw It Up wasn't just another crunk record. It became Pastor Troy's biggest mainstream moment, blasting him from the Atlanta underground straight into the national spotlight. But behind the scenes, that success came with tension that would slowly boil over for years. What started as collaboration soon turned into quiet resentment, and later, full-blown frustration. In multiple interviews, Pastor Troy opened up about how things went sour. He revealed that no official music video was ever filmed for Throw It Up, something he blamed on label politics and decisions beyond his control. That move stung. The song was blowing up, yet it felt like his moment was being cut short. After that, no more collaborations came his way. Troy said he felt iced out, left out of Lil Jon's expanding empire, not called back for new tracks, not given the exposure he thought he'd earned from the song's success. He even claimed that at one point, Lil Jon asked him for a verse, but that the exchange never led to real mutual respect or future work. The tension lingered for years. By the time Troy sat down for his 2022 Revolt TV interview, that frustration had clearly built up. He reflected on how the Atlanta crunk scene back then was packed with strong personalities, and small slights could turn into big drama fast. It all finally erupted in 2006 when Pastor Troy dropped Murder Man on his album By Choice or By Force. That track was a direct diss, no sugarcoating. He called out Lil Jon, his BME, Black Market Entertainment label, and affiliates like Lil Scrappy and Crime Mob, by name, with sharp, aggressive lyrics that left no doubt how he felt. It was raw, personal, and full of anger over years of what he saw as disrespect and exclusion.
Did we know anything about his mental acuity? In other words, what might have set him off wandering in the first place?
You know, Tom, we do not have the answer to that. And I was just speaking to someone sort of inquiring about that very thing, his mental state of mind on Tuesday or of late. And they said they really did not know, but that is certainly a question that many people are asking right now. And we hope to get to the bottom of at some point. As we have said, Milton police are not answering any questions at this time because I'm curious as to who it was that saw him leaving his apartment at 6 a.m. looking disoriented. Someone obviously mentioned that aspect to Milton police.
The diss track spread through Atlanta's underground scene and across the southern rap community. But Lil Jon never fired back. His silence became the message. No response, no retaliation, just quiet dominance. And in a world built on competition and pride, that silence said everything. Lil Jon never clapped back, not once. He didn't drop a diss, didn't record a rebuttal, didn't even throw shade in interviews. He just kept stacking hits and expanding his empire while Pastor Troy's anger echoed on its own. But that wasn't the only storm swirling around him. Lil Jon's career came with plenty of behind-the-scenes tension that most fans never saw. One of the most talked-about rifts came from inside his own creative circle, his strained relationship with the Yin Yang twins. The duo behind crunk bangers like Get Low and Salt Shaker have spoken on podcasts and interviews about how things got complicated behind closed doors. They revealed that Lil Jon originally didn't even like Get Low. He pushed back on parts of the track, and when it exploded into one of the biggest club records of the 2000s, the success brought serious money and serious frustration. The Yin Yang twins claimed they felt undervalued and boxed out when it came to credit and royalties. It wasn't an all-out feud, but the creative and business friction was real and well documented. Even Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, his original crew, couldn't escape the fallout. After their 2004 mega album Crunk Juice, internal conflicts over money, contracts, and legal drama tore them apart. That split opened the door for Lil Jon to launch his solo career, and he thrived, while the East Side Boys slowly faded from the spotlight. Still, the breakup left deep tension that's lingered ever since.
What happened to my damn son is what I'm asking at that point. So, I mean, I just pray for Lil Jon, and I pray for the mother of the boy too, because she going through it. It ain't just Lil Jon because he got a name. It's family, brothers and sisters. Everybody is on high alert when somebody...
Then came whispers from dem franchise boys, who claimed Lil Jon had borrowed heavily from their snap music sound during the mid-2000s transition from crunk to snap. It wasn't a full-blown feud, but it added another layer to the competitive heat within Atlanta's music scene. And let's not forget the Lil Scrappy situation. Scrappy was signed to Lil Jon's BME label, but things got messy fast when 50 Cent reportedly pressured Lil Jon over Scrappy's affiliations. Eventually, Scrappy cut ties and left the label with plenty of unresolved tension still hanging in the air. Through every bit of it, every accusation, rivalry, and public jab, Lil Jon stayed cool. No messy social media wars, no diss records, no public meltdowns. He just kept rising above the chaos and letting the hits do the talking. Lil Jon almost never spoke on beefs, ever. No diss tracks, no clapbacks, no messy interviews. He made it clear he wasn't here for drama. Instead, he shifted into legend status. The crunk pioneer turned respected elder, focusing on production, mentorship, and collaborations that kept his sound alive while the genre evolved. But in recent years, fans have watched him go through something even more powerful. a personal transformation that shocked everyone who knew his wild party persona. From 2024 through 2025, Lil Jon became an open book about his mental and physical health journey. He admitted that years of heavy drinking, the same energy that fueled his crunk era, had taken a serious toll. After some scary liver issues around age 50, he made a life-changing decision. He was done living recklessly. He started EMDR therapy, got deep into meditation, and committed to a strict fitness routine. He even competed at the 2025 Muscle Beach Championship, showing off a whole new side of himself, focused, grounded, and stronger than ever. He said this shift wasn't just about survival, it was about his family. He wanted to be there for his baby daughter, born in 2024, and for his older son, Nathan, who had watched him battle those demons firsthand. Lil Jon often talked about breaking cycles, especially the quiet pain men carry. He called it suffering in silence, and turned that personal struggle into advocacy, encouraging others to open up about mental health and self-care. His evolution inspired fans across generations. And that's what makes what's happening now so heartbreaking. After 2 years of publicly rebuilding his life around peace, wellness, and family, he's facing every parent's worst nightmare: his 27-year-old son disappearing without a trace. His past marriage to Nicole Smith, Nathan's mother, had already been strained, marked by distance and heartbreak. But despite the complications, by all public accounts, Lil Jon had been trying to heal his family. And now, tragedy has thrown everything into chaos again. Lil Jon and Nathan were tight, really tight. They weren't just father and son, they were creative partners. They worked on music together, shared the stage, and even appeared side by side on TV. Nathan always spoke about his dad with pure respect, describing him as the tea-drinking, movie-watching dad behind the wild, larger-than-life performer the world knew as Lil Jon. Seeing those clips now feels eerie, almost too real. Unlike his father's fame, Nathan lived low-key, respected but never caught up in industry chaos. No public beefs, no controversy, no messy drama. His Instagram before disappearing was all positivity, studio shots, family photos, and posts about his growing music career. He was just doing his thing, building his name quietly and steadily. But here's where the tragedy cuts deep. In hip-hop, famous names carry weight. Sometimes a parent's enemies become the child's shadow. Even when you've done nothing wrong, you can still get dragged into old battles that never truly died. And that's what makes this story so haunting. This leads us into hip-hop's darkest truth, the pain passed down to the next generation. Over and over, the children of rap legends become collateral damage in conflicts they never asked to inherit. The footage of Nathan praising his father, smiling, relaxed, now circulating next to his missing person alert, hits everyone differently. It's chilling, it's tragic, and it exposes how deep this pattern runs in the culture. By all official reports, Nathan Murray Smith has no enemies, no rivals, and no criminal ties whatsoever. His disappearance is being handled purely as a welfare and mental health crisis, not a crime. But for those watching this unfold, that doesn't make it any less terrifying. The fact that Nathan's name started trending alongside the word ops says everything about the world we live in. The way people called that old clip of him, the one where he speaks gently about his dad, chilling shows just how twisted the culture has become. We've been conditioned to expect the worst whenever a rapper's child makes headlines. And that conditioning didn't come from nowhere. It came from real tragedies we've watched unfold over and over again in hip-hop. And let's be real, Lil Jon's past conflicts were never the violent kind. His beefs with Pastor Troy, the Yin Yang twins, his East Side Boys split, and all the competitive noise that came out of Atlanta's crunk era. They stayed in the booth. There were no threats, no street retaliation, no family danger. Even Pastor Troy's fiery diss track, Murder Man 2, was pure lyrical frustration. not a call for violence. In the end, Lil Jon never fired back. Not at Pastor Troy, not at the Yin Yang twins, not at anyone. The twins eventually voiced frustration about money and credit, but even that fizzled out quietly. These weren't street wars. They were industry disputes, the kind of tension that comes with success, business deals, and egos in a high-stakes music scene. It was label politics, plain and simple, nothing more. No drama, no enemies, no crime confirmed, just a family torn apart, pleading for prayers and privacy, while the internet keeps digging for headlines. Behind every click, every viral clip, there's real pain. And this time, that pain belongs to Lil Jon and his son, Nathan Murray Smith. If this story moved you, like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment to help spread awareness. Let's bring light, not gossip. Because somewhere out there, a father's still waiting for his son to come home.